Hello everybody, welcome back to Steve's Gear, and today we're going to take a look at the Olight Seeker 3 Pro. So this one I've had this one for a while. I bought it in some previous sale. I don't even remember which one it was, but I thought we'll go ahead and take a look at it, and then if you stick all the way to the end, I'll kind of talk a little bit about maybe something new that I'm going to do and why I'll be using this light. But yeah, we'll start off by just taking a look at the box. Pretty typical Olight box. I'll kind of leave it there if you want to pause it and look at the specs. Nice packaging, as you'd expect from Olight. Nice magnetic case. Nice little message in there. Has our little warning card here that talks about the film, the insulating the battery, talks about the charging cable, and this one has a different style lock. So we'll take a look at that. Inside the box, you get the light in the holster, and then you get a little accessories case, and you do get the thank you. Now, I've already had this out quite a bit. I've already played with it quite often. I just put everything back in the box just for a little bit of dramatic effect. But inside the box, you get the standard quick charging cable. This one is the little bit more powerful one, so it can charge up to 2 amps, kind of indicated by that red, and then it just runs off of the USB-A. And then also inside the box you get your user manual. So we won't go through all the user manual, but it is in there if anybody needs it. All right. So one thing I like about this light is it does come with a really nice holster. I think this holster's pretty darn nice. Feels pretty good quality. Has a little clip here, so you can clip it onto a bag or on a backpack, or you can clip it right on your, right on your pants. But also has a buckle where you can, strap it onto some molly. You can, strap it on a backpack strap, whatever. And then it also has, you could strap it right over your belt, but it also has another loop behind it, which is a pretty strong loop, which you could strap in within your belt loop. This one has a drainage hole on the bottom and a drainage hole on the top. Works off just a buckle. It's pretty nice that they have the buckles actually hooked down with this strap. So, if you're trying to buckle this while it's hooked onto your belt, this bottom buckle is just not flapping around and making it super hard. So it's nice it always stays in the same spot. Just easy press, easy comes off, but that buckle doesn't move on the bottom, so it's easy to find it and get it clipped in. So I think that's pretty thoughtful. Now this light is in the blue color. It was one of the limited edition colors. You can see on there serial number 3274. We'll kind of do a little bit of a look at the light. It does have a little bit of a crown. It's got those 4 LEDs. It's got a button that's a little bit different than the traditional button. We'll kind of go over some of those features. It's got nice rubber grips with little finger grooves in it. That's where your magnetic charging comes in. So everything works just fine. You can just hook on that magnetic charger. Easy to go. I have tried it with one of the, what are they, like the O clips that have the ring attached to it. It does work. I mean, this light is a little bit heavier, so it's not the most secure. I mean, it would work, as long as you're not doing anything super strenuous. But yeah, we'll take a look at the battery. The tail cap unscrews. You have that waterproof gasket there, so it gives it the IPX8 water rating. Inside for your battery, this one comes with a 21700 5000 milliamp hour battery, 3.6 volt. Pretty decent sized battery. I don't know if anybody wants to take a look in there. I don't know if I'll be able to see it or not. A little bit dark in here today. Yeah. Threads on really nice. The threads are really nice on this one, actually. I like those threads. So I kind of just turned it on by accident. But, so this little dial here is what the difference is of a lot of the Olights. So after 30 seconds of inactivity, this will lock. And then to get it to unlock, you have to rotate the dial until you see both sides of the LEDs illuminate. So the right side indicates your battery level, and then the left side indicates your light output. So once it's unlocked, the push button works mostly like most Olights. So you just hold it down for the low, medium, high. You double tap for the turbo, triple tap for strobe, and then you can hold it down to access moonlight mode. Now, a cool thing about this is once you're in a mode, you can actually just rotate this dial and it will increase the brightness, and you'll see the LEDs increasing. And then once you reach the top of the spectrum, it'll indicate by a little flash. So then you can just back it back down. So it'll go all the way from moonlight all the way to turbo. And you can just pick anywhere in between that you like. Pretty nice function. And then, like I said, after 30 seconds of inactivity, it automatically locks. This one does have the proximity sensor in there. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. It's just a little dot right there. Yeah, if you fire up, oops, blind myself. Fire up turbo, you can see the proximity sensor kick in. Works just fine. That auto lock feature is pretty nice because when you get done using it, if you do decide to put it back in the holster, you don't have to worry about that button hitting and then, accessing turbo and possibly, melting the top of your sheath. Now, there was an additional accessory that's available for it. You can purchase a pocket clip. So I purchased this extra. The pocket clip goes right onto these grooves. So, once it's in there, it's kind of in a fixed position. It's only able to be put in one spot. But it is still the double style pocket clip. It's just a big clip. So you can click it on your pocket. You probably could put it on a hat if you wanted to. It's kind of heavy for it, but yeah, you can throw it in your back pocket, your front pocket, clip it on whatever you want. I have never used the clip carrying it style, so I can't say how good it is. It does pack a little bit of weight. I should have looked up the weight of the light. I don't remember exactly how much it weighs. 7.5 ounces, including the battery. So that was just off the back of the box. So it is a little bit heavier, but it does, it fits in the hand well. Those finger grooves, they work good. Plenty, I got, average size hands, I guess. So it is, decent size. We'll do a little bit of a size comparison real quick so you guys can kind of get an idea. I grabbed the Warrior 2 Mini. So we'll kind of set that up next to it. And then I also grabbed a i5T Plus. So I also just happen to have the matching blue. So if you're familiar with the i5T Plus, it's a little bit longer. And then the Warrior is a little bit smaller. This one is, obviously bigger in diameter than both of them. The Warrior 2 Mini is pretty similar in length to the Baton 3 Pro Max. So I didn't grab that one also, but this is, wider than a Baton 3 Pro Max. So we have that. I won't go through all the lumen modes just because it takes a long time to read them off, and most people will probably read those type of specs. But just quickly, this one on turbo mode comes in at 4,200 lumens. It'll run for 2.5 minutes and then it'll drop down to two different modes. High mode is 1,200 lumens and it'll run for 135 minutes. Medium mode is the 300 lumens and it'll run for 10 hours and 40 minutes. Low mode is 50 lumens and it'll run for 55 hours and 30 minutes. And then moonlight mode for this one is 5 lumens and it will run for 15 days. So this one has a max throw of 250 meters, which I think, I'm trying to do the math, I think it's like 820 feet, something like that. So it's not Olight's farthest reaching light, but 820 feet is a pretty good distance if my math is correct. Like I said, it is the IPX8 rated. Yeah, it's kind of a a nice light. I kind of bought this one with the intention of, kind of carried it in a vehicle, just because of that longer battery life, and it's a little more heavy duty, easier to find. I can just throw it in the center console or keep it in the little door cubby. Plus, I like the fact that it has that holster, so I can, mount it in there somewhere if I wanted to. But yeah, like I said, I don't have a ton of use with it. I've used it a little bit outside in the dark, but for the most part, honestly, it's just been sitting in the sheath, in a drawer for a while. But hopefully it'll get some use here soon. That's pretty much all I really have for this one. I know it's kind of hard to give all the specs and all that kind of stuff without some usage on it, to see what it looks like. But if you're in the market for something a little bit more beefy, not the typical, small thin light, this one definitely has that. Like I said, it is nice to hold. Sometimes I like to have a light that's a little more substantial. Most of the time I go for smaller type lights because I use them a lot for work, but it is nice to have a little bit bigger size one. So that's pretty much all I have for the review. So if that's all you were here for, then, I guess that's the end of that. If you stuck around to the end, you're probably the only one. But coming up here the next week or two, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, I don't know, kind of depending on the weather, I kind of want to start doing, maybe on the weekends or something, maybe doing an episode here and there of like something like Coffee with Steve, where I figure we'll kind of go out into the woods. It'll be a way for me to get back outside and get a little more active again. And we'll go out and we'll, go out when it's dark, maybe early in the morning. And, I thought we'll bring this flashlight with us. And then if you saw my previous video, we'll take this new fixed blade knife that I got out. And, we'll go out and we'll, baton some wood, start a little fire in one of my little fire wood boxes, my little fire stoves. And, we'll make some coffee. Maybe every once in a while we'll bring a different light. We'll kind of, test out some beams. I'll show you guys a little bit more of the outdoors gear. We'll look at a different pack, or maybe we'll look at, different knives when we're out there, things like that. But yeah, in the summertime when it gets a little better weather, maybe we'll do a little coffee, and then maybe I'll cut in some fishing clips or something. So just kind of an idea, but I thought this would be kind of a nice light to bring out. I like the battery life on it, something easier to hold. Plus I like this sheath that comes in, so I'll be able to just clip it on my belt and bring it out with us. So yeah, we'll kind of maybe look at doing that in the future. I'm a little bit limited like on video equipment and stuff. I mean, I'm pretty amateur setup. I don't have any kind of fancy gear or anything like that. Just for camera stuff. But we'll make do with what we got, and maybe someday we'll upgrade. I kind of just do YouTube as just something to do. I don't really ever plan on making any money on it or anything like that. It's just fun. I like to meet people. I like to watch other people's videos, see new things. But yeah, I thought maybe that'd be something kind of fun to do. Let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions or any comments. If you've had a different Seeker model, let me know how you like it. If it's one you're interested in getting, I can always try to answer a question. But that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. I hope you all have a good day. Talk to you later.